going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're going to preview Port Adelaide's clash with North Melbourne at Adelaide Stadium for round 6. It's been a dreadful week for Port fans in particular. It's been a horrible last couple of weeks in terms of what's happened off field at the club. And it doesn't get any better today. Currently, as I'm filming this, we're hearing reports that Hamish Hartlett has done a knee at training. We're not sure entirely but what it is, but it is a suspected ACL. Not too sure on that yet, so more to come during the day. So whenever you're watching this, you'll probably find out exactly what's happened to him in particular. So let's just hope everything's alright for Hamish Hartlett. But after a great week last week against Geelong, can't catch a break, that bloke, and the club can't catch a break either. As Keith Thomas held his press conference today about the Sam Powell-Pepper investigation and all his findings and stuff like that. So there's still plenty more to play out with that one as well, but it's good to see some sort of completion to that investigation has happened. So he won't play this week. He did play in the SANFL yesterday, played an okay game with 24 touches and a goal, but next week he'll be up for selection, so hopefully it'll be good to see him back in the team and back where he belongs at AFL level. But with all this stuff happening, there is still a game this weekend, and it's a very important one for the team and the club as well, because we are now 3-2, and it's North Melbourne at Etihad Stadium, who have been quite impressive this year, to say the least. They beat Hawthorn last week after a phenomenal start, and now we've got to face them, which is going to be quite a tough proposition. I mean, at the beginning of the year, if you looked at the fixture, you could have almost put this one in the book for Port, and now we've rocked up to round 6, and we're looking like we have a 50-50 this week for the game, and I can't stress enough that we can't take North Melbourne lightly, especially what's happened over the last couple of weeks. So, North, their forward line and their midfield's damaging. They will probably miss Higgins with a head injury, considering what happened to him last week from his bump. So now they lose a star player there, but they do have quite a lot of young players, young talent coming in. So I'm also filming this prior to selection, so bear in mind it's only assumptions for selection. You'll probably see this when our teams have come out. So let's have a look and see exactly what's going to happen this week. It's going to be a very interesting game. And as I said before, it's a new week, a new game. How will we play this week will all depend on our start. Our mentality for this week has got to be strong. We've got to look at taking the game on a lot more than this kick-to-kick stuff, trying to pinpoint our way through a zone. We've got to really just take the game on and play a free-flowing game of footy. It's Etihad Stadium. We're going to have no conditions affecting the game unless the roof is open. But I think the sun will be out on Saturday anyway. So if the roof is closed, you've got an enclosed game. It's going to be fast. It's going to be free-flowing, and you've got to be ready and prepared to be defending really strongly against North, because they are a quick side and they will counter-attack really well. And they'll also get you out of the middle, especially now that Paddy Ryder's probably going to be another week or two. So it's a big game to be won in the middle. And we seem to be holding up quite well in the middle against other opposition ruckmen. We seem to be winning the clearances and really feeding off of what the opposition are doing, which is good. But every time we seem to win one thing, we'll lose another. So going inside 50, 51 entries last week, 15 scoring shots in total, 18 total shots on goal. So about 35% was not good enough, and is very below par for AFL standard. So that's got to improve this week. No more passengers. Everyone's got to have an input in the team this week. Players like Chad Wingard have got to lift their game. Jack Watts, Stephen Motlop. These new recruits have got to step up a bit more. Tom Cleary down back. He's having a struggling last couple of weeks. Players like Darcy Byrne-Jones have got to stand up a bit. All these players that you think are playing okay have got to give more effort. And there's so much more you could name, but it's just we've got to have an input from everyone if we're going to win every week and have a four-quarter performance. It's just not going to be switch on and switch off whenever we like. That's lazy footy. So it's a big game. It's a big task for Travis Boak and the team to get up and about against this North side, who are very young and who are very keen to prove a point. They are also 3-2, and they look a very good side, especially at home. So which team do Port Adelaide turn up with? Do they turn up with the top four side we suspect they are? Or do we turn up and be that mediocre, inconsistent team that turns up every so often and has had for the last couple of weeks? No excuses this week. You're in the spotlight once again. You've had all this off-field drama coming up against a very quality young team. It's what happens on the field now that speaks true to the AFL and everyone else and really gets the respect earned. So it's time for Port Adelaide to do so and do it right. Who takes Ben Brown? Now, this is a big question that needs to be answered, and I really feel Tom Cleary will take Ben Brown. Jack Hompsch will take Jared Waite. I think that's a logical move because Hompsch has the pace to go with Waite. He's got quite a lot of speed. And Tom Cleary is a very good one-on-one player, so he'll be able to hold Ben Brown down quite well. So if those two can hold those key players off the footy, then we have a very good chance of defending really well and having our players come across and play that team defence that we play so well. The only trouble with that is now that Hamish Hartlett looks set to be out, and he was a very good player who would take a very good contested mark, cut off the play, read the play very well. So now he's out, most probably. We've got to find another player in. Which brings me to the changes for this week. Hamish Hartlett getting injured really changes our whole mood of who comes in and out. Yesterday was the SANFL game, so it's very unlikely players from that game will come in this week, especially with a 2-day recovery, even though Jack Trengove was best on ground with 36 disposals and a goal. I really feel there was going to be 2 changes anyway this week, with Barry and Johnson held out. I thought both would come in. Now I'm not so sure. I'm thinking it'll be Johnson and another bloke who was held out. His name was Jimmy Tumpus, who I know Port fans love. They both were held out along with Barry, so you might see Tumpus come in for Hartlett and Johnson come in for Lindsay Thomas, although Barry might come in as well for Thomas. The other bloke I was going to mention that may come out would be Carl Amon for his below par centre last week. I think now this is the most important time for Port Adelaide to stand up. Even though it's round 6, it feels like we're on the ropes and it's only round 5. This week will go 2 ways, I feel. We'll either get absolutely smashed by North Melbourne, or we'll get off the canvas and pull out a victory that, one, will earn back respect, make a statement, and really put forward our best 22 to take on West Coast next week. It's a big game. It's a big, big chance for Port to bounce back from a horrible couple of weeks, but we've got to be wary of North Melbourne. And I believe we can do it. It's just having the right mindset and really taking the game on. None of this kick-to-kick stuff. Take the game on. Play the Port Adelaide way, and we'll get the job done. Well, Port fans, that wraps up this round 6 preview of Port Adelaide versus North Melbourne at Etihad Stadium, Saturday at 1:40 PM, so make sure you tune in and give the boys some support. And let's get them across the line this week for a good win. Tune into the Portress podcast at 8 PM every Wednesday night as we preview, review all the games and talk all things Port Adelaide. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for plenty more Port Adelaide content to come over the coming weeks. And also, if you'd like to listen to some extra content as well, head over to Spreaker. And if you can't get a chance to watch the videos, you can listen to them on the go from Spreaker through Port Fan Radio. That's it. I'm done. Round 6 ready to go this weekend. So let's hope the boys get the job done. My name is Anthony, Port fans. Thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, come the pair.